Welcome to the Redskins post-game show. I'm Mikkel Ramos with my boy here, Wally.
Hello, folks.
Now, last time the Redskins won a wild card game, it was 2005 in Tampa Bay. And coming home, they were looking to end that streak and actually get one here for all these fans. Unfortunately, it was a bad news final. They lose to the Green Bay Packers 35-18. Wally, what factors do you think contributed to their loss today?
Well, to me, I think the up-tempo style of the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, how they had the no-huddle, and how the defense, to me, looked gassed. You saw in the beginning of the game that the Packers' run game wasn't effective. Towards the end, you saw Eddie Lacy, James Starks start to rip long runs. So, in my opinion, I feel that Aaron Rodgers in that fast up-tempo game, which the Redskins defense didn't really change up and to change up and get suited to go against, hindered this team.
I want to ask you about Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. It's almost as if they woke up when they came to D.C. Yeah. They haven't been playing regular Packers football as you've known them to play. What can we see them in moving forward in the postseason?
So don't put this victory against the Washington Redskins as something big for the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, the playoff win. Okay, the Redskins haven't beat a team over 500, but the Packers are going against a team in the Arizona Cardinals, who was probably being one of the better teams in the whole NFL. So the Arizona Cardinals will bring more pressure. They'll have more of explosive offense than the Washington Redskins. So again, this Packer team is a good team. They do have the bad man known as Aaron Rodgers, but again, the Arizona Cardinals are one of those teams that are championship contenders.
The fans out there have liked that, how you like that. But I want to ask you, how have you liked this season of the Washington Redskins? I want to ask you from worst to first. But now you got a chance to go from first and stay at first. What does that statement mean to you as far as the Washington Redskins?
Well, to me, for Jay Gruden, it's all about growth. Don't forget, this is his second year as a head coach in the NFL, period. So for the Redskins, it's something to build on. And a lot of people talk about the players like Kirk Cousins. Yes, he can grow on that. But I look at Jay Gruden. That's who I look at because he's a young guy in his coaching game. So now the Redskin fan base can say, you know what, we have a guy that may be in year 3 from 9-7 can take this team to 11-5, 12-4. Don't forget, Joe Gibbs was the same way. Joe Gibbs' first year was 8-8. After that, he was a whole different guy. And that's 3 championships in the game. So again, the Washington Redskins fan base should be excited.
Well, Lord knows if the Washington Redskins would have been able to pull away with a victory, this city would have been crazy. We send you to Brian H. Waters. He got some more recap in the wild card weekend.
Thanks, guys. It's been a wild weekend in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs absolutely decimated the Houston Texans. One thing about the Chiefs, they haven't lost a game since before the Royals won the World Series, and that was in October. They're looking to take their dominance as they move forward and into next week when they got to face the New England Patriots. Then we saw the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers find a way to win with a injured Ben Roethlisberger in their rival country, their rival town, the Cincinnati Bengals home. And you know what? They say it gets a little frozen in the jungle. Maybe that's the reason why the Bengals just can't win a playoff game. They haven't won one since the 90s, since most of our Twitter followers weren't even born yet. And then we had the Minnesota Vikings fall to the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, everybody knows Seattle is a great team. They are a team that are looking to go to their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. They'll be the first team to do that since the Bills of the early mid-90s. But Minnesota had that game. Unfortunately, it was the same thing that happened to the record-setting Minnesota Vikings of 1998, where it was a missed field goal. And we all remember that team. Well, Ravens fans remember Brian Billick was the offensive coordinator. We had Randall Cunningham, a former Raven, Robert Smith, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Jake Reed. But in the end, a missed field goal cost them, just like a missed field goal cost this team. And it's just so disappointing, but we'll see the battle of the bandwagons next week, Seattle and Carolina, and yes, we know there's some Carolina fans out there, but, and there's some Seattle fans, but let's not forget, they have a lot of bandwagons. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brian. Now, we have a whole lot more playoffs left to go. Now, today, all the teams that were home went 0-4. So these road teams got a bit of a push. And moving forward, which matchups are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, I want to see Carolina versus Seattle. That's the game I want to see. I want to see Cam Newton against the Legion of Boom. So obviously, beginning the season, Carolina went into Seattle and won the game. Chancellor wasn't there, but Seattle's playing better football now. So I want to see Cam Newton against that Seattle defense and see what he can do. And I'm all for Killer Cam. But look, I want to see him dab on people. I do. I want to see him dab on people. But it's going to be a challenge for him.
You've made this kind of hard for me because you want to see Cam and the Carolina Panthers finish the job, Cam. But at the same time, Seattle is not an easy team to place either.
Not at all.
And Lord knows that the Lord is on their side. The way they find ways to win games. Did you see that Minnesota game?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. A miracle. A miracle.
Every time's a miracle.
Yeah, definitely. Seattle's one of the luckiest teams I've ever seen in my life.
We'll see if that luck runs out. Well, we're calling it quits here at FedEx Field for the Fox Sports 1340 Hopewell post-game show. I'm Mikhail Ramos.
I'm Wally.
And we'll see you next time.